Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words, become much more articulate. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the imagination economy. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about a transformation. It's a transformation in terms of my web surfing skills. Roughly around 2005, YouTube was becoming more of a thing. And where a lot of the basic folks, they were watching baby videos, cat videos, dog videos. I was more advanced than these folks. I was watching Kobe Bryant videos. Because around the time, I was playing basketball and I wanted to learn some moves on how to play the game effectively. And who better to learn from than a guy like Kobe Bryant? And as I was watching these grainy YouTube videos, I felt amazed that I could rewind, I could pause, I could fast forward, and much more. But there was an issue. I believe this was around the time where we still had dial-up internet, which is an old school concept. This is when you had to block out your phones in order to get internet access. And that's what I had to do. But the mere fact that I could watch this content was more than enough, and I didn't mind the lagging and such. Now fast forward to nowadays, 2023, and I would say there was this one day when I was watching this basketball clip of Steph Curry. There was this one all-star game that he was in where he was dominating. He was shooting three after three after three. And I believe he hit 16 threes throughout the entire game. Since I couldn't watch the actual all-star game, I was watching the highlights. And when I was watching the highlights, I was amazed. How the heck can this guy shoot this many threes? This guy is special. And roughly around the halfway mark, he hits this amazing three that I couldn't believe. I was like, wait a minute, did I just see that? So I hit rewind. And as I hit rewind, something weird happens. It's lagging. I'm thinking, well, hurry up. I'm trying to watch this three. And eventually, after I would say 6 seconds, it goes back into Steph Curry shooting the three. But I want to see it again. I want to see it without the lag. So I rewind it again. And once again, another 6-second lag. This was starting to piss me off. I wanted to enjoy this content without the lag. What gives? And as I was getting frustrated, I took a look back to my past. I thought, wait a minute, Armani, when you were dealing with lags in 2005, you didn't care. Heck, you were grateful that you were capable of even watching these videos in the first place. But nowadays, if there's a small lag, it's something that pisses you off. Why? The reason why is because we have transformed in terms of technology, and these lags are no longer something that we expect. It's more so an outlier. You will notice this yourself when you're trying to watch whatever you normally watch, read whatever you're trying to read, and there's a small lag that takes a while for the content to buffer. This pisses you off, right? Yeah, so I'm not the only one. And the reason that all of this lays the groundwork for the imagination economy is because nowadays the lag is the outlier. The norm is fluid communication, fluid in terms of content just rolling out. In 1980-ish, there was this documentary that was coming up about computers, and one of the coders said, it's crazy because whenever I see an idea, I could bring that idea forth and the computer will execute that idea. But before, there were so many these punch cards that you had to use in order for your idea to become a reality. There was a lot of barriers. But as the information technology advanced, the barriers became reduced and reduced and reduced to a point where it went from a dial-up internet to high-speed internet. And nowadays with the high-speed internet, we're operating in an economy which is more so the speed of thought. I wanted to rewind back. And in the normal life that I'm used to, when I want to rewind back, I could immediately see that. The reason that Steph Curry video was buffering so long that day was because everyone was trying to watch that. But in the normal, routine life, we're nowadays operating in the speed of thought. If I want to see it, I want it to happen immediately. If I have an idea, I could immediately put it into Word document and I will see it right in front of me. Technology is great when it begins to disappear. For years, we have been laying down cables all around planet Earth. We've been putting satellites in the skies. We've been connecting computers in an elegant way. So nowadays, we don't have to do all of these punch cards. We don't have to do a lot of manual labor. If we could think it, we can do it. And this is what the imagination economy is based on. Whatever you're capable of imagining, if you understand basic technology, you could bring that to reality. And by understanding this, in the future, a lot of these jobs are going to be coming down to imagination. Coding, for example, was the imagination type of jobs in the 80s, 90s, and such. Nowadays, it's more so about how can we learn to play ourselves? What kind of imagination techniques can we use? And for us, it's more about writing, about speaking skills, about podcasting skills and such. But just see what this idea means to you. What does the imagination economy mean to you in a world where we're moving at the speed of thought? If you can see it, then you can use technology in order to bring it forth. And I believe in the future, this will provide more incentive on why people should learn communication skills. Because what we were trying to do with the computers in the 70s, nowadays we're trying to do that with us in 2023. We're trying to see how far can we push ourselves? How can we use our voice? How can we use the imagination? And how can we interconnect ideas in unique ways to allow the speed of thought to come into fruition? In this era, the buffer time is melting away. And as the buffer time is melting away, whatever things that we're capable of thinking are capable of coming into realization much quicker. So if you enjoyed today's talk, go on and drop that like for me right on below. And thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel.